Welcome to TechSource.tv. My name is Dan, and today we're taking a look and reviewing a really neat product from our friends over at Noctua. Now, that cooler is actually currently inside this case. This is a Leon Lee case. I can't remember the name, but it's really small, like really small. And inside this PC, there's about 4 gigs of RAM, a 750 gig hard drive, a Intel Core i3, and there was a GTX 560 until we put this cooler in there. And I will explain more about that. Right now the cooler is set in its smallest configuration, but there's 2 ways you can configure this cooler. And the cooler in question today is the Noctua NH-L12 CPU cooler. And we'll be reviewing this today on not only this PC setup, which I think it was more so intended for, but also the main system we do test all our CPU coolers on, which is the i7-930 running at 4 gigahertz. So stick around, guys. This is going to be fun. So, as I said in the intro, we're reviewing the NH-L12 fan. Now, this fan is a low-profile fan. That's what the L stands for, and it uses a 12-centimeter fan, which the 12 stands for. Basically, this fan, this cooler, comprises of a copper base, copper heat pipes, aluminum fins, all nickel-plated, so it looks really sharp, and it's got a nice silver finish. The bottom of the surface is actually very good, and the mounting system uses a Secure Firm 2 mounting system, which is an excellent mounting system. Noctua uses it across all their CPU coolers. Mounted up really easy, super simple to install for an Intel setup. I did it on 1366 and LGA 1125, and I've done it in the past for AMD, and it's super simple. Pretty much anyone can do it if you just follow the instructions. The instructions are very easy to read. It does include thermal paste, which is the NHT1. Really good thermal paste. It's a lot better. It's a premium thermal paste, I would say, and it works great for that. When we did mount it on this system, as you can see, the tallest RAM you could support is this G-Skill RAM that has a little bit elevated. So I'd say that's maybe about maybe about a centimeter and a bit higher than standard RAM. So in this setup, but on a normal motherboard on our X58 platform that we do test all our CPU coolers on, didn't have a problem clearing RAM. The RAM was way out, but that's just the nature of this setup. It's so small and compact. As you can even see, it does the heat sinks even chop off our PCI Express slot and rendering it useless, unfortunately. But because this is an ITX PC, video cards and gaming isn't really a main thing. This is more meant to view movies, maybe play the casual game using the onboard video like Minecraft or something. And this will be perfect for that. And the setup it has, it's great. And it's also, by having a bigger cooler on, it's lowering the operating temperatures, also reducing noise massively, because the stock cooler did run quite loud and it did rev up a lot under load. And on the note of it being quite a silent cooler, the top fan runs at 18 decibels it's rated at, and the bottom fan, which is a 92mm fan, is rated at 13 decibels. Now, the top one is rated at 1500 RPM, the bottom one's rated at 1300 RPM. If you do want to reduce the RPM of the fans, it does include a low noise adapter, and that will make it even more silent. Now, in our setup, as you can see, we use this Leon Lee case. It's a very, very small ITX PC. It's actually a really cool PC, and the reason why I picked it out is because I wanted a super small form factor for where it was being used, and I also wanted it to game. So at the same time, I did throw a GTX 560 in it. Well, when we were testing this, I said, forget it. Let's do away with the card because you couldn't fit it in, unfortunately. But it wasn't really an issue because it was just a matter of testing the CPU cooler. And when this PC was being used, even with the stock cooling and the GTX 560, it got really hot, like stupid hot. And the biggest problem was noise and keeping this thing cool. So there's not much really I could do except for turn up the fan speeds, and it kind of sucked, and to defeat the purpose of a small kind of PC. So as you can see, I'll quickly show you why the problem is with this PC. As you can see, here's a full-size ATX power supply that gets installed right on the top, right above your motherboard. And that will suck all the hot air off the motherboard and blow it out the back. And there's a little bit of ventilation here. And the best thing I found was leaving the outer shield plate out to let out more air as well. And there was a little bit of ventilation up here, and that was really about it. Now, because of this really tight sandwich design, we couldn't test it with all the fans on it in the case. So I had to resort to the 66mm lower stance, kind of low profile setting it has by taking the top fan off and using only one fan. Now, even using the one fan, the amount of cooling this thing provided was insane. It's really good. It's super silent even when it's in this low profile stance mode, and it's very efficient at doing that. Now, Well, now we not only tested it on the i3 here, but we also tested it on i7 at stock clocks and at 4 gigahertz. And dual fan only configuration, of course. When we did test it in this case, we tested it like this inside the case. We tested it outside of the case like this, and also with the dual fan configuration. So let's go ahead, let's see the numbers, and let's wrap it up. I was floored, really. I was honestly floored, and it's just such a good cooler for being such a compact design. I don't know what else to say. I'm honestly speechless. This is an excellent cooler for the price. The mounting, everything it includes is just solid. So if you guys are looking for a compact HTPC cooler that's silent, it provides excellent cooling for any configuration really out there, and it mounts on everything. LGA, all the Intel sockets, all the AMD sockets, currently for sale as of today. Go ahead, get this. If you need a small PC, small setup such as this, or you even have a bigger ATX setup, get it. Like, this is definitely worth getting it. The stock Intel or AMD cooler just does not cut it. And even still, even if you just want a good replacement cooler and you can still have lots of room for overclocking, this is still something good to get. Definitely if you don't have room for something such as like a D14 or even the other tower coolers, this is a really compact design, and it's great to see that Noctua is really doing something like this. I know they have something bigger version of this that runs like 14 centimeter fans, but that's really big as well. This is something nice and compact. They'll fit actually in every case setup, including something this small, which is excellent. So anyways, guys, as you can see, I am floored by the NH-L12 CPU cooler, and that is the end of our review. This thing has just blown my mind, and it's pretty awesome. So anyways, guys, please remember to rate, thumbs up, subscribe, share this video, and favorite it. And remember to join our Facebook page and our Steam group, and I'll see you guys next time on the TechSource.tv with another review or news.